Hello everybody! I'm going to do a 1 month postpartum mom and baby update. This is Leaf at a month postpartum. Look at those rolls. He's gotten like so much bigger. He's so sweet. Anyway, so let's see. I had a midwife appointment at about 3 weeks postpartum, and at that it was a little after 3 weeks, and he was weighing in at like 9 pounds 13 ounces, so I'm pretty sure he's at least 10 pounds if not more now. So I feel like that's pretty normal for my babies, though. They get pretty chunky pretty quickly. But yeah, he's doing really good. He's a pretty chill baby. Like, I have a really hard time defining his personality so far. Like, I thought it'd be a little easier since I feel like I'm like doing as much as I can to bond with him, even more than I did with my other sons, like co-sleeping, which I never did before, and I'm like wrapping him to me a lot, and we did lots more skin to skin, mostly just because it's like summertime and he didn't wear as much clothes. But like all these different things, and I still can't really tell his personality. Like, he's just really chill, and he's very much used to like the other boys being around and loud and obnoxious. So we'll see what his personality is like. I'm really curious. As for August and Britton, they aren't really jealous. Like, they love him so much. Like, even Britton, who does act a little bit jealous, and the way he expresses that is by being like overly rough with the baby. But he's like really sweet with him too, but then he'll just be really rough randomly, and I don't know. I feel like that's the way he kind of handles it. But like the first thing he says in the morning when he wakes up is, "Where's the baby? Where's the baby?" He doesn't still know what the baby's name is, but whatever, as long as he learns to love him. Okay, bud. What else? He sleeps not through the night, but he like goes to bed usually around 10, pretty much all the time at 10, and then wakes up around 3. Like, last couple nights it's been more like 3 or 4. So I guess that might be considered a 6-hour stretch. Isn't that considered through the night? For like a shorter feed, and then he goes to sleep until like 6 or 7. And then feeds and then goes back to sleep again sometimes. Sometimes he stays up. But it's not too bad. Like, I don't feel so sleep deprived, I guess, or anything like that. Usually my babies are sleeping through the night by 12 weeks at least. So we'll see if that happens. Let's see what else. I feel like I like really want to start running again and like going for like power walks or something. Like, I'm starting to feel a little bit more like I need to start getting stronger. I feel really weak still. Not like weak where I feel like I'm gonna faint, but like muscle wise I feel weak. Because I haven't been doing so much. Like, I want to just sit here and hold them and snuggle with them as much as I can, but I gotta go do stuff, and I need to get myself back in shape. But the only time I'm thinking I could do that is like if I got up at 5 in the morning or something, because I swear I don't know when else I'm gonna do it unless Ben's home to watch the boys and it's in between a feeding. It gets tricky to time it out. So we'll see. I'm hoping to start that really soon, since the race I want to run in again is in October, so we'll see. What else was I say? Oh, my weight went down to 119 by 2 weeks, and 120 was my pre-pregnancy weight, and that's happened every single time. I always get back down to my pre-pregnancy weight by 2 weeks postpartum, and I think it was the exact same. It was like the same as it was on second week to the third week, and I haven't weighed myself since. So as far as I know, I'm still 119, which is fine, but it's like you don't look like you're that weight, I guess. You gotta like tone it all up, and the skin's still really saggy and all that fun stuff. So yeah, that's where the running would come in handy. What else? My appetite was like really not very good at first, and it's getting a little better, but I still don't really usually ever feel like so hungry. I like pick at foods a lot, but he's obviously getting enough to eat. What else? I feel like everybody's asking me like what it's like to have 3 kids now. And like right now it's not really fair because he's a newborn and they're pretty easy. So besides the feedings and trying to time that out when we want to go somewhere, that and I can't go swimming with all 3 boys by myself right now because it would just be too hard to watch all of them. It's like been really easy. I feel like it'll be harder when he's like moving. That'll definitely be harder. So right now it's alright. The other thing people are asking me a lot is like, did I like having a summer baby or summer, pregnancy kind of? And I can say yes, but I had like, this summer's been super mild and it was at the beginning of summer. And yeah, that's, I think, makes a big difference. I feel like if this was like an actual summer where it was like really hot out, I probably wouldn't like it so much. But since it's been so cool, or pretty cool, it's been nice. I still think a spring baby, like born in like April, would be the best. Because at this point, he could maybe even put his feet in water when we go swimming. And just wouldn't be quite so little. Because I don't really feel like, I don't know, I feel like he's too little to go swimming with us. Even, like, the water just makes him cry right now. So, that's like one of our favorite things to do in the summertime, is just go swimming, so that's unfortunate. I mean, I usually just go in by my knees anyway and just hold him in the water. So, yeah. He still has a lot of hair, you can obviously see. I feel like it's getting thinned out, but not because I don't really see hair anywhere, like I don't see him losing it, but I think it's more his head's getting bigger, so it's spreading out. So we'll see if that stays. I really doubt it's gonna stay, but I hope it does. It's really sweet, except for that, like, especially my 2-year-old is like, gives him these slobber kisses all the time, all over his head. It's so gross. His hair will like harden because there's like food in it now or something, and I'm like, blah, it's so nasty. So he gets a lot of like head baths, but he's actually only had 2 actual baths where I washed his whole entire body because he really hasn't gotten very dirty. Like the gunk it gets in their neck and between your fingers and stuff, they haven't really had too much of that at all, actually. Oh, that was the other thing I was gonna say. He's not a very spit up baby. Like he doesn't spit up very much. And Britton, my second, was like spit up all the time. And I kept hearing from moms that it gets worse and worse because like your breasts just fill up with that much more milk every time. They're like so used to it. They make a little too much and the baby just ends up spitting up the excess or something. So I was really expecting him to be bad, like a bad spitter upper. But he's not, at least not yet. I guess it could get worse, but right now he's fine. Yeah, I mean, he has like very awake stretches now. He goes from like about a 3-hour stretch of being awake. Started scheduling his feeding times as of 3 weeks postpartum. Before I was just like on demand. But I like kind of scheduling my kids for feeding, especially when you have more than one, because it just makes life so much more easy. So like when he'd start getting hungry, if it wasn't quite to the 3-hour mark or even close, then I'd just give him his nookie and that would satisfy him. And so now he's gotten much more on the schedule of every 3 hours he's hungry. And then we try to get up around the same time, go to bed at the same time, and that's working really, really well actually. So yeah. So I think that's all I have to update on. I think. Yeah. He's not awake right now. I don't know if I can show him better. Nope, probably not. I feel like he acts like such a newborn still. He like rolls in a ball all the time. Like he just likes that a lot. Maybe it's because I snuggle with him all the time. I always wish that the newborn stage lasted a couple months instead of like barely 1 month. I love it so much. Anyway, I'll stop gushing. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.